just starting off with my own personal businesses that I've started. I started my DJing in 2012, and then a couple of years later, in 2015, I started my transfer business. And then many years later, in 2023, I started another business, Northeast Garden Services, with part owner, my fiance. And yeah, honestly, running 3 businesses is not easy. I thought it would be, but it's not, because when you get a couple of messages coming through from one business, getting messages through from another, and you've got to like switch between the messages and jot them down, like dates, times, quotes, payments, the lot. Even creating invoices, like for each one of them, and attaching a receipt to it as well, and noting how they paid, how much they paid, whatever. That's what I basically started with my DJing side of things. I created the invoices, and then I later added receipts. And with the receipts that I've got, it's like there's 4 different options. It's like cash, backs, check, and something else. So most of the time it's backs, bank transfers, and that's pretty much on the residency that I do for my DJing side. And then with the gardening, there's this one company that I do gardening for. It's just transferred invoices, but I don't really do it for my transfers at the moment. But in terms of running the business, all 3 of them, you've got to be on the ball. Yes, you do get late nights, or particularly myself anyway. It's like, if I get booked for, let's say, Friday and Saturday night to DJ, say like one wedding and a residency, okay, then I've got to work around my gardening business on the very same weekend. So what I do is, say if I have gardening jobs in the Boston area, I go Thursday evening after work, and in the morning to early afternoon I do all the gardens. It's like 3 to 4, so like literally up to 4 hours of work. Once that's done, I then head back home, gather my gear, everything that I need for the wedding, prepare myself, like clean up and stuff like that. And then I'll go out, do the wedding, finish that, come back here, drop my gear off. The following morning I would a few things on computers and whatever. Go up to Boston, be there for a few hours. But I've still got some of the stuff in my van ready for my residency. Because most of my gear is at the venue already. So I just need a laptop stand, a couple of things, and that's it. And at a certain time, I leave Boston to go to the venue, do a night there. Once that's done, I stay here the night again. And I'll go up to Boston in the morning. And that's just on a, like I've had like 2 gigs Friday, Saturday evening. Or if I don't go, if I have just a Saturday gig, go up Thursday, gardening Friday, and spread the gardening out throughout the day on the Friday, and then relax. And Saturday comes, relaxing, doing a few odd jobs around the house. Then I'll go to my residency venue, do the gig there, stay here the night, and then go back in the morning. But not only that, I don't just have gardening in Boston. I've got gardening in and around Lincoln. So it's like, what I do is like one weekend do gardening jobs in Boston. The following weekend, on a set day, do gardening jobs, and weekend I'll have a gig or something like that, and I sort of alternate the weekends for gardening jobs. So Boston one weekend, Lincoln the next. Boston one weekend, Lincoln the next. So it's back and forth. And I just fit in my DJing side of things on one of those weekends. And it's like with transfers are as if when they come. It's not very often I get those. In fact, I did nearly 2 terabytes worth of DVDs onto hard drive, and that's all my fiance's DVDs straight onto hard drive. And that took me, I think, 2 months to do, give or take. Yeah, that was a long job, because record it, save it, and I did a set number of films in the days I'm here, take them to my fiance's, edit them, save them on hard drive. And don't have a big enough hard drive at her place anyway, so I've got to bring them back here, put them on mine. So yeah, it's busy. Yeah, it's hard, but I manage, and I like to keep busy. And if there's any technical problems, I'll do that. Even downloading music for my DJing. So it all flows, and sometimes I do need a break. In fact, I'm overdue one, to be quite honest with you. I work for a company at the moment which I do up to 8 hours a day for 4 days. And it's hard. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, with that being said, I'll see you in part 3. See you soon.